So this video is about comparison of two models of manual transmission using various Peugeot vehicles. But I want to limit it to just two engines. But they use them in, I don't know, maybe like more than five or close to 10, both Peugeot, Citroen, and the rest Peugeot vehicles. Okay, so um, the transmissions are ML5T and ML5C or ML5, no, ML6C. So ML5T is different, while ML5C and ML6C are basically same manual transmission. Just a bit. The difference between ML5C and ML6C is that the 5C is 5-speed manual transmission, while this 6C is 6-speed. But in terms of design, it's almost identical. In fact, from the appearance, you may not even be able to tell a difference between, or tell the one that is 6-speed or one that is 5-speed from just the appearance, unless if you are technical, you could maybe you'll be able to tell. But for the ML5T, that one is completely different design. So I just want to compare these two using these two engines, EW12J4 and ESV6 engine you will find in various Peugeot Citroen vehicles. So okay, now the ML5T is older, while the ML5C or 6C is newer. I know the ML5T, I don't know, but I know I think they started using it maybe in the 90s, late 90s or something. I'm not quite sure. So um like why the ML5C, the ML5C or CC, this was started. Was it? I'm trying to remember the particular. Hold on, it's calling me by this time. Remember the particular year it started, but I know like Peugeot 406, 2003 model, 2004 has the uh, 5C, especially the V6 and the EW12J4 engines. Yeah, they have that ML5C. At least majority of them that were produced those 2 years have the ML. While the previous the 2099 to 99 to 2002 basically have the ML5T. Alright. Okay, now to differentiate the two, for those who may not know what I'm talking about, the easiest way for you to know is when they're already on the vehicle. So if you see any Peugeot car like Peugeot 406, 407, 807, which other one? Trying to remember. Like let's just use these two engines. So if you see these vehicles I mentioned with these two engines, check the manual transmission. If to shift into the reverse, if to do it, you have to is backward. That's what's it called? The gear 5 on will be in the front. So the gear, if the reverse is directly behind the gear 5 on 406 and the rest 7, this blah blah blah. So if the reverse directly behind the gear 5, then it is ML5T. On these two engines I mentioned, I'm not saying every other engines. So if the reverse directly behind the 5 is ML5T, then if the reverse is beside gear 1, or is almost at that same gear 1. If the reverse, if to shift in the reverse is on the gear 1 or beside the gear 1, that which means you shift the reverse by pushing it forward. Remember, the other one, the 5T, is you shift backward for the reverse, which is directly behind the gear 5. While the ML5C or ML6C, 6C. So it could be any of them. If it's 5 speed, like I said, 5 speed, the 5C is 5 speed, 6C is 6 speed. So as long as if the reverse is to shift the reverse is shifted forward on the gear 3, there's something there you have to pull up on the gear lever before you can now enter the reverse. So it's still gear 1. In fact, it's the same thing. It's as if you are shifting it to the gear 1, but then to enter reverse, you have to pull up something on the gear lever before you can enter. It will not, instead of becoming gear 1, it will not be reverse. Yeah, so if the gear lever or the gear knob is showing that the reverse is on the gear 1, then it is 5C or 6C. Okay, so now you know the differences. On these two engines, don't quote me saying that all Peugeot 406, 407 or the other Peugeot cars that have reverse on the gear 1 is ML5C or ML6C, or anyone that with reverse directly behind gear 5 is ML5T. I'm saying these two engines. Okay, so moving on. Number 3, which among these two transmission models or designs is smoother to shift? This 5C and the 6C wins here. They are very, very smooth to shift compared to the 5T. I don't think there's any 6T. There's any 6-speed manual for the T model. Okay, maybe let me be using the T model or C model. I think that would make it easier. So there's no 6-speed that Peugeot did for the T model. For these two different models, there could be, but like I said, for these models, the T and the C, or let's just say for T, no, C has a 6-speed, but for T, there's none that I know of, but I'm not sure there is. So, however, it's not like the 5T or the T model is not smooth to shift. As if you have the recommended oil in the gearbox, it's smooth. But like I said, the smoother one. In fact, the feel is different, which will now bring us to number 3. Which one is more mechanical feeling you get when you are shifting? As the one that gives more mechanical feeling while shifting the gear lever, it is the T model, the 5T. So now you maybe you may not understand what I mean by mechanical. The C model, when you are shifting it, it's not like if you will feel like you are shifting the gear. That is so smooth that you won't feel anything. No, but it kind of feel the T will give you that mechanical feel. That's we are doing boom, boom. Now, by saying boom, all this sound I was making, it's not like, oh, it will be hard to enter. the gear you are putting into. But you feel the two metal. You feel that it's as if you are pushing in something into something else. So you feel it on your hand as it's doing. Unlike the what's it called? The T model, you barely feel it. You barely feel that mechanical feel. So, and that mechanical feel can actually be fun in its own way. It can be, it's an, to me, it's an advantage or is a plus. Only that in terms of the shifting, the T model is not as smooth as the C model when it comes to shifting. While on the mechanical side, feeling that, it's as if, for example, these two engines, the EW12 and the ES engines, they are they are powerful engines, at least at that time, or to the design on the model of the vehicle they designed them for. So they are more like the most powerful engines at that. So as the engine is pulling with the power, so as you are shifting, that mechanical feel will help you to enjoy the power the engine is producing as they are considering the vehicle speed. So while the C, even though it doesn't give you the mechanical feel like the T, but as you are doing it, it feels very, when I say, yeah, very refined. Let me just use that word. The T feels more like old but mechanical. In other words, okay, let me use something that will be much easier to understand. The T feels more manly. The C feels more, is both manly and feminine. In other words, most women or females will complain more on the T. Women don't like driving manual. They prefer automatic majority. They always prefer something softer. You can argue and deny. I want to make argument that, are you saying women are not strong? That's your business. I'm talking about nature. How nature created us. Men are more aggressive and masculine and have more strength. Women are softer and the rest. So women will always, that's why most women prefer automatic than men. So women will always prefer automatic. So in this case, women will prefer the C because it's much smoother. You don't feel that mechanical. You won't feel anything as you are shifting it. So in other words, it looks as you won't even have apply any form of pressure as you are shifting the gear lever. You won't feel it. Even though the T is also smooth to shift, but that mechanical feel, so it gives you that manly feel, that boom, 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 which a woman may feel is too masculine for her liking. You need something that she will do without feeling it at all. So you get where I'm coming from. In the modern time, we'll call it that the C is more refined. YT is more like it's raw. I think that's the right one. The T model 5 ML5T is more raw, more manly, more masculine, while the ML6C is more modern, more refined, and more softer, and so I think that makes sense. Okay, moving on. So number 5, which one behaves stockier on spirited or fun drive? Not everybody will understand what I'm saying here. If you're not into fun drive, then you can only imagine it. So the C model is stockier. Maybe not on paper, right? I don't know. I don't want to I will say yes. That's what Peugeot said. People that produce it, no, but, 'cause, 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 ' having two engines, not just on the different. See, pull the pull more power. No, the pull, the way it pulls when you want to kick in, like front drive is about you downshift, push the RPM, push it up. Doesn't matter. That's I can do. It's being able to the whatever they can do of that vehicle, the attitude, we push it, we be with the high push you gave the vehicle, will you be able to stop it quickly as well? And then the handling of the vehicle, how good its suspension is. Then also you yourself who is doing that, how is your driving skill, how good it is, being the vehicle, were you able to apply your driving, were able to handle it, the limit of the driver. You enter, want to apply all those skills there. It can you may even damage the engine in the process, or the suspension may be so non-performant that it could skid off and throw you out of throw into the bush, or anything could in the process of doing it, the gearbox may explode, or something, I don't know, maybe even the tire. So that's what I'm saying. The vehicle, some vehicles, they can't, they may not be able to handle a well um trained, probably self-trained, or professionally trained, or wherever trained performance driver. So not every vehicle can handle, unless that's what, in other case, it means if the person enters such vehicle, you have to limit uh his full potential, his full driving skill. Has to limit it so that the vehicle can be able, you just drive it normal like every other person. So because in as much as people think that, no, if you're a driver, means you are just like every other driver. No, you are not. There are people who understand driving better than the other. Even if you are doing it for 20 years, some people can drive better than you do, not just being on a straight line. So that's what I mean. For talking how this thing, it behaves, as in the way it pulls. The 5T, the T model is talky, but the CC, wow, as in you find out that there are some there are some, you could, I don't know how to put it. You find yourself that most times you may not even need to downshift from gear 3 or gear 4 on the C model. You may not even be speeding, but you realize that maybe you reduce a speed and you want to continue again. You realize that normally you're supposed to downshift to continue. Maybe the speed has reduced, so for you to gain more speed, you need to downshift. But for the C, you realize, as you're touching this thing, it picks up immediately, as if the car was already on a lower speed, or lower gear. So that's what I mean. And even when you're stand still and want to take off immediately, the way it does it, So I'm not saying you to be faster if given on the or attached on if given the same engine. Let's assume let's say V6 that the 5T will be faster on the V6 the same model of Peugeot with CC on C model on the same model of Peugeot with same engine. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying maybe one may eventually end up being faster. But I'm saying this one is more talkier, the way it behaves. But maybe not on paper. But so you have an idea. So if you are into fun drive, you will enjoy. If you like spirited drive, you will enjoy the C model in terms of torque. But of course, the T model, the C model you enjoy it in terms of torque. The T model you enjoy it in terms of manly drive, in terms of manly feel as you are shifting. Small masculine, give you mechanical feel as you are moving it up and down, which is also a fun on its own. Okay, number 6, lesser or zero synchro mesh issue, 5T. Now, for those who don't know, synchro issue, synchro mesh issue is more like all this. That's as when you want to downshift or upshift on a higher speed, and because as you are shift that gear, I want to put it, you get that gap. So that's so hardly have that issue. 5T hardly have that issue. That's the older one, the more masculine or the more mechanical one. You hardly have that issue. While the CC, every once in a while, you may drive one, you feel it, it will happen. Especially, for example, ML6C do yeah, I could say quite a few of them that I've driven. They do not okay. I won't say all of the ones, all the CC that I've driven, but I could say quite a number of them. Or I could say, okay, let's just say 6 out of 10 ML6C that I've driven. When you are shifting, especially when the gearbox is cold and you are shifting from gear 1 to gear 2, you get that. It will give you that gear for you to enter. Some of them, when it becomes hot, it stops. So that's a good issue. Okay. So, but the 5T or the T model, nope, never even one. Not saying it will really happen, or some people don't have that issue, but as somebody in this industry that have been working on many cars, both the ones that are not mine and mine, driving all kinds of ML5T, different Peugeot vehicles and the rest, I've never for once experienced it. And nobody has ever called to complain that of getting such symptoms while downshifting or upshifting. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I will never had any, or there's no one that I've never had that issue. So don't quote me on that. Okay. Number 7, more refined. Of course, I mentioned it somewhere where I talked about smoother shifting. So the C model is more refined than this thing. It's more in terms of refinement. You hardly feel shifting it at all, and it's not too masculine. It's not. I won't say it's not masculine shifting. A lot of people may have so many things when you try to explain. It's me, I don't apologize when it comes to stuff like this, especially because I'm talking about cars. Cars are mine. There's nothing you can do about it. So the best they can do is to try to reduce and make more cars to be more feminine, so that women will appreciate or prefer those ones. But when you look at generally cars, they are more manly. I mean, not just cars, vehicles, both the truck, this and that. These are things men are naturally connected to machine. Like to do what, how does it operate, how to put it together. That's it. So, um, so the feminine person will always prefer the the C model. It's not just about the performance side of it, but because of the shift, the way it feels. So that it's newer, remember, which is more like you could say it's an upgrade from the T, or you could say an improvement on the T. So it's more newer, it's more modern, and the rest. So it's like saying, comparing Peugeot 504 with Peugeot 406, and Peugeot 406 with Peugeot 407, or comparing Peugeot 504 with Peugeot 508. But the 504 is more rugged, more manly, more masculine, more aggressive when you are driving it, in terms of the way it moves. It's not about how quick or how, but it's very aggressive. Even the sound, the way the way the car pulls, you know that truly is a lion, as in you don't need to. But the other one is very quiet, it's very this thing, it's more feminine. Yes, don't have to like what I'm saying. The 508 is more feminine than 504. It's period. It's more quiet. It's nothing you can drive it without even lifting a finger. All you need to just hold the steering and the car. These are feminine traits. Period. They like softer things. They don't need to. They don't like working, doing hard work. It's natural. It's their nature, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's for their body. That's the best for them. So that's what I mean by being refined. And but it doesn't mean being more refined means it lasts longer than the T model. No, it doesn't mean the C model lasts longer. They all last long. So that in terms of shifting, this one is more refined. So, okay, so I hope you'll be able to tell. You can now make your choice, or at least you understand the differences between these two. Um, for you can get, like I said, the 406 has ML5T and also have ML5C. So it's not like, oh, okay, I don't even have the choice. But considering the vehicle that I want to buy, maybe you want to buy a 406, which is already an old car anyway. So you want to buy it, and from what you've listened or heard on this video, you now probably prefer the T model or you prefer the C model, but then you may be thinking, oh, well, you don't have the option of C on the 406. No, you have. If you want it, you then go for the 2003, 2004 model. As long as it's V6, EW12, what you find there is the C model. That's the one you shift the gear, reverse on the gear on gear one. Please, I'm sure of that. Which will not get in Nigeria. Nigerian production, you won't get a C. As far as Peugeot 406 is concerned, you won't get C. Even Peugeot 407, you won't get that C if car was sold brand new in Nigeria. 407, you get the C. It's there. In fact, the C is standard for Peugeot 407 manual with EW12J4 engine. It's C. Peugeot 407 V6 is also C for the coupe. 807, you get T. I think there is also a C. I think there's a C for the 807, at least EW12. But I know it has T. I'm sure. Okay, I can't really say for sure, but I know it. I think it does. It has C. It has T. I think it's T. And what else? Once any Peugeot car that have any of these engines, EW12J4, 2.2 injection engine, or ES9J4S, or ES9A, ES9J4, So you have any Peugeot car with this here, it's either T or C model. Okay, so you can make your choice. Okay, I hope this video helps. That's all.